It was a crisp fall morning in Davidson. The year was 1996. Leaves crunched under the feet of Officer Miller as he walked up to the house. He was responding to a call, a wellness check. Neighbors hadn't seen the Davidson family in days. They were always so meticulous, so present. Something felt wrong. Miller knocked. No answer. He tried the handle. Unlocked. A knot formed in his stomach. The stench hit him first, the unmistakable metallic scent of death. He stepped inside. His heart hammered in his chest. The living room was a scene of unimaginable horror. John and Mary Davidson, along with their two children, 8-year-old Sophie and 10-year-old Michael, were gone, vanished. The only trace left behind was a chilling tableau of violence. Blood splattered the walls, furniture overturned, the air thick with a silence that screamed. This wasn't just a disappearance, it was a massacre. The Davidson investigation quickly became a media frenzy, a seemingly perfect family, wiped out without a trace. But as investigators combed through the carnage, they uncovered a series of bizarre clues that only deepened the mystery. The house was locked from the inside, no signs of forced entry. Strangest of all, messages were scrawled across the walls in what appeared to be blood, cryptic phrases like, "They watch from the woods," and "The ritual must be completed." These chilling words painted a picture of something sinister, something ritualistic. Adding another layer to the puzzle, investigators discovered a high-quality recording device hidden within the house. The tapes were missing. Who was recording the Davidsons, and what had they captured in those lost tapes? The investigation into the Davidson family's life revealed a curious pattern. Every year, like clockwork, they would pack their bags and disappear into the remote wilderness for weeks. These weren't your typical family camping trips. The Davidsons sought out isolated, almost eerie locations, shunning campgrounds and established trails. Their destination of choice was always the same, a desolate, unnamed town nestled deep in the heart of the Redwood National Park. Abandoned decades ago, the town stood as a ghost of its former self, a collection of dilapidated buildings swallowed by the encroaching forest. Locals whispered tales of strange happenings in the abandoned town, of unsettling noises and fleeting shadows. Was it just coincidence that the Davidsons vanished shortly after returning from one of these trips? As weeks morphed into months, the Davidson case grew colder. Leads ran dry. Tips turned out to be dead ends. The investigation was on the verge of going cold when a new piece of the puzzle surfaced. A name, Edward Cole, John Davidson's oldest friend. Edward was a recluse, a man haunted by his own demons. He had been estranged from John for years, but something about the case gnawed at him. He contacted the police, claiming to have information, but his words were cryptic, laced with a fear that bordered on paranoia. He spoke of dark secrets, of rituals, and of a presence in the woods that watched their every move. Before the police could delve deeper, Edward disappeared, vanished without a trace, just like the Davidsons. The mention of recordings reignited the investigation. The missing tapes from the Davidson house were now more critical than ever. They were the key, the police were sure of it. Then, in a strange twist of fate, a package arrived at the station. No return address, no name, just a plain brown box with a single cassette tape inside. The tape contained snippets of conversations, everyday family moments, but beneath the normalcy, there was an undercurrent of fear. Whispered conversations about being watched, about strange occurrences in the woods. And then a chilling statement from John Davidson himself, clear and horrified. They knew about the ritual. They know what we did. The tape ended abruptly. Who were they? What ritual was John referring to? The investigators were left with more questions than answers. The investigation took a turn towards the Davidson family's yearly pilgrimage, that abandoned town in the Redwood National Park. The police searched every inch, every dilapidated building, every shadow-drenched corner. They found nothing. The town was eerily silent, seemingly untouched by human presence for decades. The only clue, another cryptic message carved into the side of a rotting tree trunk. The cycle continues. Was this a warning, a threat, or a confession? The message was as cryptic as everything else in this case, leading the police down yet another dead end. The Davidson case cast a long shadow over the town. Whispers followed the investigators. The locals, once eager to help, now avoided eye contact, their faces etched with a fear they couldn't mask. The air grew thick with suspicion and dread. Was there something they knew, something they were too afraid to speak? The more the police investigated, the less they seemed to understand. Every answer unearthed only led to more unsettling questions. The case became a tangled web of dead ends and loose threads, all leading back to the same chilling conclusion. Something dark and sinister had taken root in Davidson, something ancient and evil that preyed on the unsuspecting. Years have passed. The Davidson house still stands, a silent monument to a tragedy that refuses to be forgotten. The bloodstains are gone. The walls repainted, yet an undeniable chill lingers in the air. Locals say the house is cursed, haunted by the echoes of a family brutally slain. They say that on quiet nights, if you listen closely, you can still hear the whispers, the chilling messages scrawled in blood, the echoes of a family's final moments. The Davidson house remains untouched, a stark reminder of the mystery that continues to haunt the town. The Davidson case remains unsolved, a cold case file filled with chilling details and unanswered questions. Theories abound, ranging from cult activity to vengeful spirits, but none can definitively explain the events of that fateful night. The truth, like the missing family, remains elusive. The Davidson murders serve as a haunting reminder that some mysteries are destined to remain unsolved, their darkness forever woven into the fabric of the town. A chilling tale whispered on the wind, a cautionary reminder that some secrets are better left buried.